Alrighty, greetings, friends around the world. This has to do with survival of the United States of America. Let me begin by saying I share your disgust and disdain toward the Democrats who have created this Russia collusion hoax and who are perpetuating the hoax. I would like to caution you to think differently outside the box. That these idiots like Nancy Pelosi, Jerry Nadler, Chuck Schumer are taking orders from their leaders. The leaders are telling these people to perpetuate this controversy about Russian interference in our elections. This is a distraction so that they can bring in millions of illegals across the border. While you're worried about what happens to Peter Strzok or Jim Comey or Andy McCabe, and you're outraged at the conduct of Jerry Nadler and Alexandria Cortez, Ocasio Cortez, and you're saying how dumb they are, and you're so confident that Trump is going to win the next election. They are bringing millions of illegals across the border. While you're watching C SPAN, millions of illegals are crossing the border and they're walking up to the Border Patrol saying, I want political asylum. They will be brought to some processing place, held for a few days, and let go inside the United States, where the Democrats, the useful idiots, will escort them to a sanctuary city or to whatever city and give them health care, driver's license, education, housing, food stamps, legal counsel. This is the plan. While you're fixated on Jim Comey and Peter Strzok and the mistreatment by congressmen of honorable people like Barr, the Attorney General, FBI Director Wray, while you're expressing your outrage at their stupidity and their unfairness, millions of illegals are crossing the border. That is why I want to introduce you to the concept of original North American natives. These Latinos are not descendants from the original North American natives. If you watch the series of videos after this one and the links to the videos in the series that I'm going to present to you, you'll understand what happened to the original Native Americans, where they came from, and it will totally demolish Nancy Pelosi's argument that these Latinos have a right to cross borders without paying any attention to the laws of sovereign nations. You would never dream of going to New Zealand and demanding a driver's license and citizenship and government welfare. You wouldn't do it because you know that every nation is sovereign and they make their own laws. They admit into their country people that they want in their country. They stipulate who's going to come in and when and how they're going to do it. Nobody has the right to violate the rules and laws of a sovereign nation, whether it's Germany or Egypt or New Zealand or Canada or the United States. And even if you use the argument that the Native Americans were here first and the Europeans are intruders, this turns out to be invalid because, as you will find out in the series of videos that follow this one, many different groups of immigrants and settlers, hunter gatherers using stone implements, stone spear points. You got to remember, 5,000 years ago, everybody was in the ice, is in the Stone Age. 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 years ago, everybody, even the Proto Europeans, were Ice Age hunter gatherers. everybody lived the way the so-called Indians did when they were met by Europeans after the years of Columbus. Everybody used stone points, and people migrated all over the world, probably in search of game, following game, or maybe to get to a territory where they get away from hostile neighbors. So stay tuned, and you'll find out the truth about the original Native Americans. I'm a Native American, but I'm not an original Native American, and neither are the Latinos. Thanks for watching.